What's going on with this train down here? I noticed a train with stuff in it that I shouldn't have. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Get those out of there. Also, why are you here? What are you doing on this line? That can't even get to the one that you need to be at. What? I need a bot to take care of that. Or I need to be the bot to take care of it. Where did you get nuclear fuel put in there from? Okay, how's the rest of the factory doing? Doing okay, by the looks of it. There we go. Thank you. There we are. You are now ready to accept the job. The jobs we have are, well, pretty much iron, copper, and iron plate. Alright then, chat. Let's see. Did we pick up enough bits to finish off some more of the speed beacons? And if we did we pick up enough to finish all of it off and then start another row? Or, at the very least, did we get enough electric smelters to finish off the steel smelting area? We will soon find out. Starting to look okay in there, though. Do we need to ban Aavak from being a bot? What? How dare. Do I have any more? I don't. And you know what? That's fine. We actually put them in the right place. Those are the better places to put them. Right. Just a couple more smelters. Oh, actually, we've got a bunch of productivity circuits as well. Yeah, that tea break was good for us. Okay. I'm done. And how many more do we have? Oh, well, actually, no. We might be able to finish off the stone brick stack as well. Well, I mean, soon-ish. Although it makes more sense to work down from the top rather than from the bottom, simply because this is where all of the product will eventually accumulate. I am playing with the Spytron, and us is chat. I'm including you in the game. There are some upsides to doing Cleaver first, it seems. Not many, but some. All right. So, let's have a look down here. How are we doing? We're slowly emptying these out. It's going to take a while, though. I feel like we could afford to dramatically increase our red circuit production. Maybe that would be a way to get rid of some of the... Well, no, it wouldn't get rid of the iron. It would only get rid of the copper, realistically. So that might not be a bad choice. I wonder if we produced the copper coils elsewhere and then delivered them over here. If that might not be a better idea. For example, I could make the copper coils down here and run it up and then clip in under there. Let's do something like that. Now, this produces 5 per second. This requires... so that would just about handle... No, actually no, 5 per second. It would just about handle 10. Each one of these. So yeah, we don't need any more than this. Like, at all. It's kind of comical that I've got this much. Put productivity in there because, you know, why not make it more comical? There we go. All right, we're gonna shut this down. Was that the only reason I had that? Oh, wow, okay. That was the only reason I was doing that. This will free up the room I'll need in order to bring the copper cables up here. So looking at that now, I've also got them over here. Let's do away with that as well. Dear Lord, how many different squirrely routes did I use to get copper cables over here? My goodness. So I'm sure some people in chat right now are lamenting the death of the spaghetti, but come on. I have no idea why it was that convoluted. Actually, no, I remember now. It's because I made it. That's why it's so convoluted. Actually, we might, because I'm about to greatly increase this. We are probably going to need a little bit more help with this part. Oh, that'll do. Bring it over there and straight up. So do away with that. There we go. Let's use a substation here. And finally, I need to deliver the copper coils. But can I do this a bit differently? If I pop that there... I guess I could, but I don't think I need to. Yep. And up. And then... honestly, it's probably easier for me to just do this. Significantly easier, actually. Let's make... it doesn't matter if I use... well, kind of does matter if I use both sides of the belt, if I'm honest. Just a little bit. Now what I would like... so these use stack inserters. At this point, I could have them also come down here as well. Need to change these to long-handled inserters. That's not an issue. And since I'm lane balancing just down there, it doesn't really matter too much. If this is on the wrong side of the belt. Oh, that being said, no particular reason to do it that way. I may as well, yeah, I may as well get it so that it's partially balanced. Well, actually, this would be fully balanced, I suppose. There we go. Done and done. Copper wire train when? When we have foundries. Then and only then. Okay, this will start helping a little bit. Mostly it'll help with the science production, but... right. That done. Oh, why wasn't I idling over here where I could have picked up things? That's silly of me. But steel is in place, so we can now start looking at building the steel station. So with that, let's draw this out a bit. Where does that start? There we go. Okay. Right, we want steel station. This is again a requester. And this one shall be for iron plate. One train only. I'm kind of excited to see how that's going to work now with regards to the different priorities. Yeah. You are quite right. I could just have... I don't need to do this down here. It'd save me a bit of time, bit of room. In fact, let's just grab this. Let's sort these out properly. Alright, what priority are we over here? Priority 7. We can only store 7 full trains worth of iron plates there. See, I honestly didn't know that they would use... Oh, wait, no, I took the station away. So it's... Yeah, it might not be a pass-through. I thought it was effectively just running that as a pass-through. Just in time. There we go. Perfect. Now, once this is up and running, I need to make sure that the actual smelting stack is built first. Copper cable is an interesting one, since it can be made in 2 of the advanced crafting machines. And Jotito says, you use both new machines if you want max production. Oh. So there's 2 machines that have the 50% productivity bonus. I'm not looking to know which ones they are, but that's quite interesting. Then I suppose it makes sense then in that case to cast the metal into plates and then use the another machine to turn that into copper cable rather than using a foundry, so that you're benefiting from both plus 50%, I guess. Fair to Sky. Yeah, it gets kind of wild if you want to go into Beacon's setup. How small you can make something be crazy productive. Oh yeah, I imagine, like I was saying at the beginning, like the space age mega factory is going to be a whole different beast compared to the vanilla mega factory at this point. How's our... Uh-oh. 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 Oh, damn it. We didn't get enough bioflux. No more egg production. Balls. You got bioflux now, do you? Scoundrel. Alright. Well, we need to go over there and fix that then. I'm gonna need capture rockets. Where are the capture rockets? There we are. Oh, no, I want to request capture rockets. Alright, that's enough. Make sure the Spidertron isn't shooting. Good call. No shooting for you, Spidertron. Either that or I just park it a little ways away. Yeah, that's just err on the double side of caution. We need to help our bitey friends see the error of their ways. I think the bitey friends have the right idea, honestly. Takes a little while to pacify them, doesn't it? Here we go. What on earth do you bring over? Oh, it's being summoned because we have no bioflux, I'm guessing? Yeah. Alright. Mischief managed. I'm going to switch back to rocket ammo. And we are going to turn on gunnery again. Alright, there is bioflux available now. Not a lot of it, though. I am concerned about that. There's no way for me to give imports a priority, is there? Like for me to say, hey, I care more about getting the bioflux than I do about the science, so make sure that gets loaded first. Yeah, we're specifically only loading piercing rockets to our defensive structures for that reason. We don't want any accidents. There we go. Aavak, some questions. Will rocket turrets shoot biters with capture rockets? Will they target and captured hives? Will they target captured hives? And do capture rockets spoil? Ooh. That's a very interesting question. Automatic retargeting capture rockets. Might be worth me doing. Then I would just have to make sure that I'm loading the capture rockets over here. What a fascinating idea. So if that's the case, I could have these also retarget. I mean, the problem is that it would cause some issues, but we definitely could. I would only want capture rockets in here. They still managed to get 4 turrets, despite going through 436 mines to get there. My lord. It's kind of impressive, really, when you think about it. also impressive that it's managed to relay the minefield this quickly. That is kind of disgusting, actually. Okay, I would want to read what's in here. Say, read train contents. Don't send to train. Only allow this to be active if capture rockets is equal to 0. It'll grab one full stack and then load it in. I don't need to use filters here, but I do need to use filters here. See, what I wanted to do is unload the capture rockets it's got. There we go. That should ensure that new captured rockets are delivered. And then over here, a very simple case of would this be able to reach? I need to not see the... think it will? Yeah, I believe it works. I want this to be only target bases. Filter, capture rockets. You know what? Just to be ultra specially sure. Yeah, that'll work. There won't be a supply of capture rockets here. There'll just be the capture rockets on the bus, which is already going to be more than enough, I think. So that'll automatically recapture. You know what? We can be a little bit more fancy, I guess. I haven't done this up to now. What do I want? I want... You want 2 combinators, 1 decider, and 1 arithmetic. And we are going to prey on the fact that moving between them is going to introduce a delay. So a signal reading how many capture rockets are in here, passing through this will be 1 tick delayed from this one. So we add nothing to it and we output it. Back down. So this will be the delayed one. And at this point, I read if the red wire is greater than the signal on the green wire, then output that I've just fired. This one. And I want a signal broadcast tower about here, I guess. Doesn't really matter where. Look that up. And this will be if it receives a signal, because that's only going to be the case when this changes number. So if this has to load a rocket, this should fire. Likewise, actually, I don't even need that chest, realistically. Could I just read this? Oh, yeah, I could. Never mind. You don't need that. That way we don't have to have a load of it. It's going to be much better. So if this fires at all, then this will issue a warning. I guess let's have a listen. Can I hear them? These are loud. Wow. Okay, I know we're saving that one for when I've got artillery. Oh, good lord, it's long. But we are absolutely using that one for when I've got artillery, and the artillery is going to fire in a barrage, and it's going to play the siren first, and it's going to be great. But we're not going to use that one for this. Yeah, artillery operation underway. I will show an alert though. Spawner. So let's go with just this one. It's only going to play one though. It's probably good enough. Unless drum kit. Oh, I mean, I could. No, I'm not going to do anything like that. Miscellaneous. Alert, objective destroyed. Maybe. Game lost. By the way, chat, you just lost the game. No, the second time this week. How dare. You had to come in, chat. I don't know why, but you definitely did. Let's say, yeah, that one works. And let's do it across the whole surface. Okay, I'm going to need one. Can I quickly make one of those? I can. It does indeed look like we are producing the steel. Yeah, slowly. We are slowly, glacially producing the steel. You know what? That's okay, though. We've already got 13k. That's actually kind of amazing. All right, let's get over there and finish the construction of that system. I'm not delaying going to Falgora. No, I've got a million things that I want to fix. I didn't until we started streaming, and then suddenly I had a million things that I wanted to fix. But I've almost finished the only real top priority one, which is this. This was also going to be something I wanted to work on, but I'm not going to, considering that we've spent so much time taking care of this one. Okay, is that drop below 100? No. How about I say if that's less than 500? 5 stacks. There should be a train on the way. Yep, it's just left. I don't know if this worked or not, but we'll find out, I guess. Here it comes. It did not. Did not even have any bioflux. Okay, why is there not capture rockets down here then? Am I not making them? Oh, I am, or I should be. Oh, poop. I don't have any bioflux to make him. Okay. We are not bringing any bioflux back either. Okay, that is a problem. We are really struggling to collect enough bioflux ready to distribute. There's enough here for a rocket now, but... Okay. The Nauvis one, I'm going to say... I think it's only every couple of trips that it can actually bring stuff back. We'll see. It should be able to collect enough this time. Oh, we've only got one rock. That's the problem. Because we are desperately lacking... copper. Copper of all things. Really? I guess so. Well, it's kicking into motion now, but yeah, our bioflux production is wanting greatly. And that is making getting the low density structure a chore. Okay, well, at the very least I can load her up with these. Now, if I take these out... There you go. It noticed that there was a problem. And it'll only warn me if it loses ammo. It won't warn me if it gains it. Make Bioflux locally on Nauvis? You can't. For that, you need your Mako Mash, jelly, and nutrients, and I'd only be able to produce nutrients locally on Nauvis. Get rid of all these. Right. So, next thing then. Let's have a look. How are we doing down here? Ah, it's glacial. Actually glacial. I was expecting it to work through this way faster. I mean, all I need to do realistically is build the steel delivery point. I don't strictly need to do that here. I could do that on this side. And also then the stone brick. I could easily have a Spidertron do all of that. I wouldn't want to leave with steel in the process of running out, but at the same time, I don't really feel that it's desperately necessary for me to make sure that that's all set up. It's working right now, and that's working enough. You can make a fish farm on Nauvis, yeah. But honestly, if you've captured a biter spawner, I think the biter eggs are a better recipe for the nutrients you'd be getting from a fish farm anyway. I think it's probably just so that you can grind up to having a legendary fish. Fish are an ingredient in Spidertrons, but they are not required in the kind of volume that you'd be able to get with a fish farm, is where I'm coming to with that. Okay, and this one wants stone. And for the time being, that's pretty much everything for us. I will say, though, it's glorious seeing the train so active on Nauvis. Warms the cockles of me old heart, it does. No, you can't make Bioflux from fish, I don't believe. I think you have to import Bioflux from Nauvis. I might be wrong, but I don't believe there's a way of doing it. This already looks so much better. I am sincerely glad we took the time to set this up, though. Much as it does take a lot of time to get it all going. Very much worth it, in my opinion. Very much worth it. Okay, we're going to need to go and grab a little bit more. Not too much more, though. The pickup station for stone brick, not nearly as important, in my opinion, as setting everything up for steel, but we'll at least get it on the go. Crispy Garth, thank you so much for the 78 months, mate. Welcome back. What about the younger heart? Does it need its cockles warming? That's a rather personal question. At least we're starting to empty these ones now as well. It won't be too much longer before I don't need any coal really around here at all. I'm still making stone brick, but again, won't need that very soon. In fact, the only reason I've got stone here is for a couple of little bits and bobs. I think it's time for me to shut down the stone requester station, honestly. Yeah. Need that one to stop pulling in materials. Oh, mining productivity, nice. Moving on to asteroid productivity. What do we want to do here? I could look at epic. Mining productivity is still 4,000. We're starting to get into big numbers now. I'm gonna grab explosives. Then I will grab level 9 of refined flammables as well. So how much of the ores are left before they need to expand? A lot. So I'm not going to actually worry about this one too much. I might set up steel unloading over here just so that I have it, but I'm not going to worry about stone unloading. That can be a distant problem that I can fix. But again, I could just as easily fix that with the Spidertron by itself. That really isn't a big issue. Oh, just saved you, chat. Had a bit of a coughing fit. Right, everything looking... Well, I mean, you know, to be fair, we are actually getting some more... A, beacons, which is very nice, thinking about it. Let's get over there and set the beacons up. But B... You're getting a lot more red circuits through the system now. Science isn't going great, but it's going enough. Wow, the difference between an epic and a regular. Regular is 10.36. Well, I mean, it's all beaconed, but 10.36, and the epic is 16.58. That's huge. Okay. Right, well, that's all of the copper now beaconed. we go. Getting a couple more of the productivity modules in as well. Okay, not too bad. I obviously need to greatly expand my mining operation for the various ores, because these are only trickling through right now, but certainly not the worst. Okay, that's another one done. How many of these did we have? Oh god, we had loads. Alright then. We'll probably finish a lot of these. Yeah, Gleba makes everything organically. Yep. We will actually finish this stack too. That is amazing. We'd have enough to start on the next one, but I'll wait for that one, I think. Since it's only speed. We're doing fine. Got lots of headroom on the with the reactor's output. Okay. So as for stone, we do not have any brick down there yet. Really? Oh! No, we don't. Because I am a dumb. There we go. Can Spidertron be pulled by belts? Yes. It can be overpowered. It tries to correct itself, but it can be overpowered. Oh yeah. So stone bricks now being produced. Not that we're really going to send them anywhere, but they are now being produced. Alright then. Time at last, the walrus said, to speak of many things, of shoes and ships and sheathing wax, and whether we've got enough Spidertrons in the network. No. Do I have enough things for a Spidertron in the network? We will soon find out. Because if nothing else, this is something I want to send up to... Oh my god. This is something I want to send to... Fulgora. I see zero reason to go without a Spidertron. They make things so much easier. Yeah, next time I build a reactor, it'll go super fast, yeah. Right, what am I lacking? I'm lacking fish and an exoskeleton. So let's switch over to exoskeletons then. Oh, we are on the way up. Collect some eggs. We're almost out of food for them though. That's going to be rough. Ridwan, have you got food yet? do not. I'm going to give it... I'm not sure if it imports these in order. But from now on, if you have the materials ready, I'd like you to import Bioflux first. Followed by science second. Yeah, we're lacking the blue circuits at the moment, which is kind of crazy considering. Are we really lacking blue circuits? Yes, we are. And for that, the lack is green circuits. The issue is we're just... There's a trickle of copper coming through at the moment for some reason. There's a swell of it on the way, but... I'm really strongly thinking about taking away the 360 seconds past rule. But if this ship, if Peridwen is going to be potentially grabbing things from multiple planets, I don't want it to spend more than 5 minutes at any one. This will get dire shortly. To that end, I'm going to pull off the end of the belt rather than just randomly down here. I mean, technically, this is the start of the belt, so if the belt was backed up, this would be getting everything it needs, but I'm going to stop that for now. There we go. How long have you got? You are... Oh! You haven't actually got anywhere to be. That seems fair, actually. Okay, so if it doesn't have anywhere to go, it'll just hang tight. However, I am going to make the condition here check for Bioflux as well. Because both of them are perishables. And if it gets a trigger, if it's holding on to perishables, just leave. So instead of that now, I will simply change this to... Oh, can I not check that? Oh. I need circuit condition. If the X is above 0, and I've got to... I know that doesn't seem to make sense, but... This is saying go home. This is saying it's safe to travel. It'll go home after 2 minutes have passed, if that is true. There we are. That works for me, I think. Just to check. Oh, there we go. Bioflux is on its way. Thank goodness. So Pridwen will be about to head home. At this point, I could probably say that it's allowed the full payload, but actually, no. The reason why I won't for the time being is that presently... Yeah, there we are. Pridwen doesn't have the kind of storage space to really move that much. I will change this back to 100, though, at this point. Yep. I was hearing an awful lot of gunfire, which worries me. I believe some of the eggs were hatching. That's my only guess. Yeah, it doesn't seem that way. Yeah, we're going to be making a new ship for Fulgora. Yep. I need to get back down here to make sure that we're not building a bajillion of these. We are building a bajillion of them. Let's stop that. And instead, make Spidertrons. And for this, I specifically would like to go to... yeah, we've got a couple of fish in here. Actually, I don't even need to go over there, frankly. Let us... yoink. One fish. One whole fish. Oh. I need to go and help out. We can barely unload. In fact, this one can't unload at all. So that whole train was basically just held there prisoner. Right, one Spidertron made. Apparently we had a couple of fish. I guess we're going to make a few. I don't mind a spare Spidertron. That's fine by me. Right, Spidertron. Don't need more. What I would like is to build this Spidertron ready for going to Fulgora. I'm not going to name it until I get there because it's going to lose its name. So there's no point. Alright, let's head back over. Pridwen 2? No, I think we're going to keep the Pridwen as just my yacht, actually thinking about it. I'm just going to need to make a dedicated hauler. You know what? As much as I enjoy the whole Welsh mythology names, I guess name it, because we don't have that many things to name in this game. So I'm gonna open up. Pridwen is my pride, my Pridwen. No, it really doesn't mean that it was. We will name the new ship after someone in chat. Right, but first, I want to see what I've got set up here. How much of that can I make happen? Can I not? No, 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 no. Also different color. We're going to Fulgora. What's Fulgora's color? Purple. Ish. Oh, did quite well. Did quite well. Kind of impressed. So purplish. More of the pinky purple, though. You know, so we can camouflage. Do I really need this on Fulgora? Are there actually any enemies on Fulgora? Because looking at enemies, I've only ever seen... Oh, actually, no. No, these are the Vulcanus enemies. I'm not sure there are actually any enemies on Fulgora, so I don't think I'm going to need these. Ooh. You know what, though? Maybe the shields aren't a bad idea. Right, first and foremost, let's have a look. What kind of exo? Yeah, I've got one exoskeleton leg. I'd like two. Take me a second, please. Okay, cancel that. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a good one. Did it not get made? Oh, I think it did. Right, so let's pop two exoskeletons in here. I have no idea if we got a good one or not. We got one at least. There we go. The tier 2 shields, are they the only ones we've got? Yeah. 3 tier 2 shields. Sorry, yeah, uncommon shields, not tier 2. And then personal roboports. Yeah, we're going to need to make 2 of those. We should have everything we need for that. Do you really want to know, Alco asked? I think I know. So no, I don't want you to confirm or deny for me, but I just wanted to, I guess I was speaking out loud. So thank you very much for just double checking on that one. I appreciate that. Don't need any more. Okay. Our Fulgoran Spidertron should now be ready for the road. Okay, so how are we doing down here? Stupid. Here, also kind of still stupid. If I'm perfectly honest, we could... Why don't I just lane balance it? Let's quickly lane balance it. At each of them. Aavak, who did Fulgoran's Buddha get named after? Well, I wasn't going to write the name down because it gets deleted, but I guess I could just... What? Wait. Ah, okay. Yeah, I get you. It's fine. But it shall be Bretsky. Not Nretsky. Also, didn't mean to delete the Roboport icon. There we go. But I'm gonna keep... I'm not gonna redeem your name in game yet, just so I can confirm spelling later. All right, so for now, though, I'll keep this one where it is. Well, at the moment, Pridwen is making regular trips. And I kind of need Pridwen to continue doing that, if I'm honest. So... for now, let's just go and check my biters. They got food? They've got food, okay. Got food for 2 hours at the very least. Right. I think it's time for us to make a new platform. And this will be our dedicated... did I never put any... Oh, I didn't. Huh, interesting. This will be our dedicated... hauler. What we do with it, I don't know yet. So, for that, I want to build a new space platform. Happy biters make happy eggs. Yeah, see? Yeah. So, this one shall be A33 Maxi. And you're going to be a hauler. You're going to be a cargo ship. So we're going to use a cargo for you. You're going to be a cargo hauler specifically for Nauvis. I think every planet will have a hauler that is dedicated to that planet and will go to other planets to get things to bring back. So A33 Maxi is probably going to get several upgrades because over time, Nauvis is going to become a hub. Surely the... Oh, that is a very good point. Oh, super good point. Yep, yep. It has to be an iron chest. What was I thinking? Thank you very much for stopping me from making a mistake there. Well done. All right. Create. Hopefully one shall be on its way. Yep. Should have one. There we are. Off we go. Now there's going to be a lot of me checking whether we've got things here. Cargo landing pad, for example, I'm going to want to send up. That's a definite. Oh, actually, no, that'll be a Pridwen thing. So, okay. Maxi, here we are. Hooray! Now, you're going to be a hauler, and so I'm definitely going to want a lot of space on this platform taken up by cargo bays. Let's make you capable of carrying a lot. 9 cargo bays should be good enough. Obviously, later on, it'll be great to use higher quality ones, but for now, this is what we're going to go with. Also, back on Nauvis, am I producing much in the way? Yes, I am. I'm producing stupid amounts of it, actually. Okay, that's fine. So... now, in terms of... we could set A33 Maxi up for the more efficient fuel. I think that makes more sense. I don't need to do too much with this, though. I effectively, as much boring as this might sound, I effectively want a hauler design that I can stamp. It is what it is. You know, I don't want to have to worry about it. in the future. I just want to be able to say, hey, you know, you need to be here, go, so on and so forth. I'm going to wait until we get a delivery of space platforms. I should probably set some more of these up because it's not like I'm ever hurting for materials. I could actually do that, couldn't I? Let me just see. What would I need? I would need this, this, and rocket fuel. Yeah, I can definitely do that. I always hesitated from doing it for in the beginning because I really just didn't feel that I had the production for it. But I think we do now. Now, what does a single rocket require? Just, it's equal across the board, it seems. Given that, then, I sincerely don't know what the best option is for this, so... Other than, why am I not already doing that? But one of these is going to have a single type of fuel on it. A single type of item, rather. And the other will have... Yeah, I just don't... Do I even need it? No. Oh, probably not. We'll have one there. One there. I will use you for the other one. Actually, I should just do it like that. Right. This can 100% be on that side instead. This can 100% be there instead. There we go. I will also have a requester chest that just pulls in random gubbins as well. I feel that's probably wise. In fact, I can do this a little bit more elegantly if I pull this down by 2. Grab this, pop that there. There we are. Everything is now powered. Tell this to just request everything. That way, if it's in the system somewhere, it'll get pulled along. I shouldn't be making any of these at different qualities, so let's just assume I'm not. If I am, it's just going to sit in limbo forever. Boot circuits. You know what? Let's just request one stack and rocket fuel. Other than that, though, we are definitely going to want beacons. Going to want quite a few of them, ideally. Should I beacon this up much more than that? Considering, no, well, 2 beacons is realistically the point where I should be aiming for. But I'll go with 3. Just this once. Right, so we are going to want you heading up here, like so. I'm going to want... that's going to be a bit of a quandary, isn't it? Oh. Well, I definitely want to bring those in here as well. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of you, all of these. How am I going to break this one down? Let's move that one across by one. That way I can do this. Oop. Up. And then as for you, how on earth am I going to get this up there? I think I need the spaghetti much further back. Oh my lord. I'm going to have to go all the way back, it looks like. Yeah. Oh, that worked. There we are. Does what it needs to do. Right, now we've got some higher quality modules in this now. Productivity. Got 7. Oh, wait. You yanked them, didn't you? And they are probably held in stasis. Ugh, yeah. Okay, this is deeply frustrating. There we go. That's going to help out a lot, actually. Let's get all of these glorious bits and bobs elsewhere. Am I importing the sciences over here? I'm not. I'm not. A shame, but oh well. Those sciences can just exist for now. The little science importer setup we had was kind of cool, but it is what it is. That being said, I can just as easily do this. Just grab you. Yoink. I'm just going to insert this into the last one in the row. And there. We will get a inserter here. Wait, no. No, that doesn't make it... It's still not as easy. I need to strip out a very specific signal. I'll just live with it as it is. Right, now I've got the true measure of the network. Let's have a look. Productivity. We got 3 rares and 23 uncommons. Wow. Let's grab all these. 1, 2, 3. And then uncommons. There we are. At this point, I may as well use the uncommon ones down here as well. There we are. Okay, let's get back to A33 Max. We still requesting? Oh, yeah. Oh. My bad. You are good to do that. You are good as well. Okay. So, if it's going to be a hauler, do I want it to be a hauler that takes on the later planets? I don't feel that's necessary, frankly. I think we're fine. I don't need to build something that's capable of going to much more distant planets where things are going to be a lot more dangerous for now. Oh, wow. It's been a while since they've been active. Guess they're just probing the defenses. Oh, you're angry, aren't you? Let's just send our Spidertron out here just to clean up this area. And kind of duck back and forth until it gets down here. It should be good to do that. I'll just make sure. Actually, no. I have faith. Loads of storage. I don't think we need any more on that, actually. Spidertrons are great. Spidertrons are absolutely worth going to Gleba first for. Actually, let's finish them off. Let's not waste all my rockets on biters, though. Let's go for the nests. There we go. And now we can return. Actually, you're quite close too. I have been quite negligent in my cleaning duties, it seems. I think that should be good enough for now, though. Yeah. Wow, look at that. The iron chests are almost empty down here. Glorious. Stone is going to be there until a few more life ages of man, but at least iron is emptied out. Right. I don't think we need to make anything crazy complicated here. I really don't. I will always remain annoyed that we don't get to Spidertrons until after Gleba, where we actually need them. Fair. Oh, actually, that's a good point, Rose Sand. My the length of a red underground is only how long? Max length 7. These are 4, I think. Does it tell me in here how wide they are? Yeah, they are 4. That is not a bad suggestion. That is genuinely not a bad suggestion. Having them be longer to allow underground to cross over. Oh, that's a shame. They are like trains. They are somewhat... They have issues with that. I mean, this is going to be a very long ship then, but I'm okay with that, I think. But yeah, so one of the chief concerns I'm going to have is fuel, obviously. And it's going to have to be able to handle being at a planet for a while. So let's bring this down. Am I going to want the fuel to be... the thrusters to be too high up? I don't know. Should I just go with one thruster for this? I wonder. Have we got decent thrusters on Novice? No, only 27 regulars. Okay. We'll use interwoven. 3 thrusters for a chunky big hauler. I've always been told I had a long backside? My lord. There's always blue underground. That's a good point, actually. I'm not really using it much, but maybe this is a good one to go for. That would actually allow me to have 2 of these together and still work. That's a very good point, Dr. Moriarty. Very good. All right, I accept. Let's do it. That requires gears, so pretty much exactly the same thing again. Only this one's going to require red circuits. So, I'm going to have to bring the red circuits down here, I guess. That's a bit of a pain. How about I... actually, you know what? No, I'll tuck that across like so. Yeah, I should be able to make this work. Yeah. Yeah. Now. There's a stack. Don't make more. Same for red belts. Same for these. I am then going to use buffer chests for each of these. This should be requesting all of these that I can. No more limit there. This one requests all of these that I can. Again, no more limit. And this one requests the splitters. It's only requesting normal quality, but that's fine, I think. Exactly the same deal down here, though. Request any that have made their way into the network to be delivered. There were some, it seems. So, you know, I don't need to build those ones. This way it'll upgrade them over time. But it'll still keep a supply available. Yeah. Don't know which direction I'm going to be bringing the lubricant in from, but let's assume it's this direction. This one can simply be a provider chest with a stack limit, because, well, I mean, there are turbo belts now, so Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Where's the lubricant line? Lubricant line is right over there. How much of a potch is it to bring this through? Quite a potch. First, let's at least connect these up. Ooh. Gonna need that to go a little bit further down, actually. Okay, gonna need this going the other way then, I think. You know what? Let's just not play silly buggers and use a... Yeah, I need to move this whole thing forward by one. I did not leave enough room. There we are. Well, that's a bit better. That doesn't actually need to be split there. There you go. I could have pulled the gears from over on this belt here, I suppose, but it's not too much of an issue. Right. Now, to bring the lubricant across, might be easiest through here. There's one there that I could use. Yeah, we'll do it there, I think. Because at this location, I can still have tunnels. We will branch up here. And across. And there we go. That should bring me the blue belt. One assumes. That should bring me the blue belt. Yeah, there we are. Perfect. All right, so yeah, we'll use blue belt over here. It's going to make it even larger, actually. So, the new recipe is thus. We can use... We need the chemical plants. I will want to output into a tank. I'm still gonna need to turn ice into water. That hasn't changed, but I believe we now have access to the using calcite to make enormous amounts of fuel. So we're going to need another as well to turn ice into water. That will produce 20 a second. Now, I'm not going to need a lot of this. Well, that will use 10 a second, and this will use 10 a second. As long as I have a tank, I think we'll be safe. A nice chunky storage tank to make sure that I've got everything I need here. But do I want this instead to be... Yeah, I kind of do, actually. Now, if I want to pulse availability fuels, I'm going to need to design that now. Do I want to pulse both fuels? Or just one? I think we're going to do something similar to what we've done with the Pridwan, and that is we're going to use pumps to maintain a decent efficiency. It's fine. Oh, no, I need to change that. This will be the... Go with fuel on this side and oxidizer on this one. And realistically, that should actually pass through to everything. I shouldn't have to do anything else, I don't think. As long as I'm feeding this one unit here, that should get everywhere else. Which gives me some more space. I would not mind having a narrower ship for this. But I'm gonna have to bring down the ice is the issue. Do I need this much storage? This feels stupid. That feels so excessive. We'll see. Outside engines are missing one of the fluids each. Oh, yeah, you're quite right. You're quite right. I thought that was connecting, but you're quite correct. It is not. There we go. But that gives us everything we need. It's still a very, very thin setup there. So I'm going to need water. But can I move this? Why would you just place it here instead? Whilst that does float this side a little, it also means that I can bring... Actually, if I popped it there... I think pipes functionally have ridiculous room now, though, don't they? Yeah, they do. I will need a chem lab making water. All that's going to need to do that is ice. I can have a central tank for storage, just for the sake of it. Right there. I could even, if I wanted to, have two of them. Do I want to? Sure, why not? I think water's probably going to be the least of my concerns, but we'll see. We will see. I mean, realistically, at full operation, one of these can satisfy both of these. So this just feels surplus demand if I've got a tank as well. It feels surplus to demand because it is surplus to demand. So let's not. I want to offset these. And I guess I could just pop it there. Yeah, no, that works. It doesn't work well, but it works. Alternatively, I could have two tanks for water. Again, complete surplus to demand. So let's just shimmy this over a little bit. That way I've got room for ice to be delivered here. Okay, so I'm going to want iron ore and calcite and carbon and calcite. Now then, on Nauvis, do I have any fancy crushers? No. Deep sadness in me. I'm just going to place one down so it gets cold, so I can have a look at these. Presently, I have the means to crush for copper. I could have this make piercing ammo. I can get sulfur. I can get calcite from ice. So depending on whether I need calcite, I can switch the recipe of my ice crushers, because I get more ice if I'm not doing that. Do I need the sulfur though? I would need it if I wanted rockets, and I don't think I'm going to make rockets, so no, I don't. I just need carbonic asteroid crushing, ice crushing, occasionally calcite production, and iron and copper, depending on what I need the most of. If I'm low on copper, then I should be making copper, but if I'm low on iron, I should be switching to the other one. Okay. I do like this idea. So far, it's quite a narrow ship, but we will be expanding that. So for belts, I think we're just going to straight up use blue belts almost the entire way. I'm going to want 2 types of outputs here. Carbon and calcite and... Ooh, do I want stack inserters? Would make the most of the belts, so I don't see why not. This one requires the iron ore. And this one will need carbonic. Or rather carbon, rather. Not carbonic. Well, I'm also going to need to bring down the ice, though. So... only one of them needs to do that. Bunch this up a little bit more, though. Actually, no, that works fine. I've still got room for it. And this will be for ice. Now, one issue here is... do I want to try and... belt balance? Yes, I do. So I'm also going to need a splitter. But these ones won't need that. Actually, from this point, I'm going to want it to more or less just run straight down. That's good enough. We're going to want to copy that on this far side. Because there's really no reason for me to take up the room here if I don't need it. And that'll be the ice belt. Oh. I could even have it here, actually. But then it wouldn't be connected to that one. No, we'll have that one here then. So because it's got such a short travel distance, I may as well do that. There we go. That will load the ice, which is the only thing this needs. I'm going to want... Do I need bulk inserters here? Not really. So let's go with the far less power hungry regular inserters. A streamlined cheer for a streamlined ship. Thank you very much. Yet another login. Diolch yn fawr iawn, mate. Oh, chat. I just noticed the time. It's like 8:44. Sensible streamer, work-life balance. Been streaming for almost 9 hours. I probably could skip the water tank, but I don't think I will. I like the idea of having all of that. All right, chat. I'm gonna be a sensible streamer, and I'm at least gonna go on a tea break. We are not done building ships, though. That shall continue. Okay, I started work when the stream started, and I'm still working. Stupid work-life balance. Alright. Time for me to step away. But we are putting together a ship. It's coming together. So I think as a consequence, we're going to follow the Prydwen on its voyages around the place. We've got a bunch of gubbins on its way up here. And once it gets here, we're going to leave here. I'm a little bit worried about Nauvis. Do we have enough Bioflux, or is that constantly an issue? Uh-oh. We are in danger. We are in danger. In that case, then, I guess I will just let you watch the biter nests. And maybe you can get a glimpse of the new alert that we've set up. Either way, back soon.